Hey, Yuri. I'm heading to the Bowery to make sure Michaels gets to his new safe house. You know, safely.
I wouldn't do that. Silver Sable made it clear you are not welcome.
Yeah, well, what's she gonna do? Shoot me?
Honestly, 50-50 chance.
Ah, fine. I'll be in the neighborhood, but not too close. Just in case.
And with that, hey everybody, welcome back to more Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4. Last time, we found out that Dr. Morgan Michaels is getting away, and it's pizza time. Oh, it's time for the Sam Raimi suit! I've been looking really forward to talking about this suit. But before we do that, let me catch up on the last episode really fast. So last episode we learned out that Dr. Morgan Michaels is finally going to be moved, and the demons are for sure going to go after him. So in this episode we're actually going to go after him, make sure everything's okay, and we met up with Aunt May, and we had a bit more of a Miles-centric episode. We got more invested in his character, learn more about him. You know, it's kind of what invested means, but still, really cool.
I wanted to thank you. Your work on the
Sorry, Doc, but it's a no-go from us today. But, yeah, let me just say this here, before I actually get into the suit. The Sam Raimi Spider-Man suit in this game looks absolutely amazing. Like, it looks really freaking good. It's kind of insane.
Hey, does that thing get podcast?
You know, we all need a good podcast or two throughout the day. But first, before I go any further, it's time to actually talk about it. This is the web suit, or as a lot of people call it, the Raimi suit. So this suit obviously is based off the suit that Spider-Man wears in the Sam Raimi trilogy, in which Peter is portrayed by Tobey Maguire. Obviously, first appeared in Spider-Man 2002. Not, because you have to say that now, because we have 3 new Spider-Man 1s. And this is based primarily on the classic suit, but it has a few changes, obviously. The webbing is more silverish, and the eyes are a lot more, like, angular. And this being compared to the classic suit, obviously. And the spider on the back is actually a lot more realistic. And this suit, the shade of red that it has is a lot more darker compared with the regular red on it, which I like. I do like this suit. I definitely think the Homecoming suit is better, but I do get why people love this suit a lot.
We need you, Spider-Man. Those bombs will destroy the whole block.
So, yeah, this is kind of a new mission. I don't think we've done one like this so far. Basically, you just have to throw these bombs and get them out of the way. You have to do a quick, like, the little Ratchet and Clank, like, mini-games, I guess, with them, and that's really about it. And then after you do this, you actually just kind of go after the bombs, you throw them in the air, kind of like the Taskmaster stuff, which is ironic, because actually we'll be seeing some Taskmaster stuff in this episode, along with the Dr. Morgan Michaels stuff. It's a long episode, but we get a lot achieved, so stay tuned. That's my hook for this part. And obviously, you gotta respect the Sam Raimi Spider-Man suit, you know. I have talked about the Raimi trilogy a lot in this LP, but I'm gonna talk about it more, so I hope you like that. So, I love the Raimi trilogy. Like, I know a lot of people do not like Spider-Man 3, and I know this is something that's become a lot more common as time's gone on. A lot of people no, I wouldn't say like, but a lot of people, I feel like, appreciate Spider-Man 3 more now. Like, I hear that more, that people are like, you know, 3 wasn't as bad as I remember it being. And, you know, 3 is not a good movie, but it's a movie that I enjoy it. Like, I haven't really, like, I never thought it was a good movie, and it's not. It's kind of a guilty pleasure, where those movies are just so, like, campy, but they're, like, so fun to watch. Like, I don't know what I think it's just because it's so dumb that I love it for that. And I don't know, I really like it a lot. Obviously, it's not as good as Spider-Man 1 or 2. Like, Spider-Man 2, this is going to say who's seen Far From Home yet, is still the best Spider-Man movie in my opinion. Like, it's the one I had the most fun watching. But even then, Spider-Verse is still really good as well, so it's still.
One down. Secondary bombs are on a timer, though. Gotta hurry to disarm them.
But yeah, I love Spider-Man 2. It's honest to God one of my favorite movies of all time, just because I remember going to watch it in theaters, and for me it was a really big deal, because that was when I was really starting to like Spider-Man a lot, and I remember seeing trailers and previews for it on TV, and I remember just being really excited for it, and I thought the story, even as a kid, even to today, is probably one of the best, story-wise, in terms for the Spider-Man movies. I definitely think the best, written, probably in terms of, dialogue and stuff, and just how it's produced, is probably Spider-Verse, because it's a really good movie, but even then.
My team will dispose of the bomb. Great work, Spider-Man.
Happy to help, officer. Stay safe.
And the thing, like, when you talk about, like, Spider-Man 1, like, because I feel like it's a movie that gets kind of, like, left out a lot, because, like, everybody loves 2, and everybody kind of hates 3, even though I still think it's a guilty pleasure.
I don't have much time.
Spider-Man 1's still a really good movie. Like, it used, to me, I know we had, like, X-Men, and we had, like, Batman, the 90s movies, but to me, that's, like, the first, like, really big, like, superhero movie, in my opinion. Like, it's the one that I think everybody kind of knows. Like, that might sound weird, because we totally had the Superman movies and, like I said, the Batman movies, but it's the one that, like, at least for me and, like, people I talk to, that's the one everybody was like, yeah, the Spider-Man movies are the best, you know? Obviously, I shouldn't say the best, because you have stuff like the Dark Knight trilogy, which is also really big in the MCU, but when I think of, like, the first, like, really big blockbuster superhero movie, I think of the Sam Raimi trilogy. Like I said, I love the 90s Batman movies. They're great. Well, the first one in Returns. I like Forever, but that's just me. And Batman and Robin's awful, but still, I love it, you know? I love Spider-Man movies, like, even, like, bad Spider-Man movies I still like. Like, I think part of the reason I appreciate Spider-Man 3 more now is I've gotten older, so I know, like, it's dumb and I can get a kick out of it, but it's also, like, this comes from somebody who does kind of enjoy Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's an awful movie, but I do enjoy watching it, like, it's fun, I think, but it makes you appreciate it more, I think.
I know you. You were on my neighbor's porch for Halloween.
The name's Taskmaster, and you're about to get taken to school. I have a reflexive memory. Anything I see you do, I can do. Oh yeah, I can.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't.
Impressed?
I've got toe-to-toe with the Avengers. You're nothing.
See, I'm wondering, I know that in the comics he fights the Avengers, but I know he's going to be in the PS4 game, and I wonder if that was intended to, like, kind of been like, oh, he mentions that in this game, and he's in the Avengers game, it's a reference to that. I'm wondering, it probably isn't, it's probably more just like, oh, he's actually, like, in, like, Avengers comics, I'm wondering, I don't know.
Cover band's never as good as the original.
But yeah, the Taskmaster fight here is pretty cool. I like it a lot.
Web strike too? Is that an energy sword? If you're trying to kill me with jealousy, it just might work. Well, somebody's a ham.
See, when he says you have that energy sword, that's awesome. It reminds me of the line from Civil War where Spider-Man, like, he catches, like, Bucky's arm. He's like, you got a metal arm? That's awesome, dude! You know, it reminds me of that line. I like when he's, like, I love when Spider-Man, like, kind of, like, fanboys over stuff. I just think it's funny.
Oh, now that's cold, stealing my finishers. They must love you in Vegas.
This will be over quick.
But this Taskmaster fight's not super difficult. He is going to try and copy all your moves. You just kind of have to outthink him a little bit. But after that, it's really easy. Just throw stuff at him.
Still got tricks up your sleeve, huh? Guess I need more data before I can fulfill my contract.
Here's all the data I need. I beat you, you ran away. Conclusion, you lose.
Not yet. You'll find other challenges around the city. Once I've seen what you can do, we'll talk about round 2.
I try so hard to be likable. Why does everyone always want to fight me?
I feel that. So I didn't really go into Taskmaster, his boss fight there. Like I said, he will copy everything you can do. So he can do, like, your web strikes, you know, stuff like that. If you do try to shoot him with web shooters, it will do nothing to him. He'll simply just deflect them with his energy sword. One thing I do recommend is I kind of brought up for like a quick second. You can throw stuff at him with the L and R, L1 and R1. Definitely do that because there's nothing he can really do when you do that. Because I guess he can't copy that. So I definitely recommend doing that. Another thing I do recommend is to try as much as you can and just trick him, because he's kind of like, I cannot think of the boss fight from Batman Arkham City. I think it's the Mr. Freeze fight. But he kind of learns what you're going to do, which I'm kind of glad they brought that, because that's one of the best fights from Arkham City when that happens. So I do like it a lot. So I guess I should probably talk about that fight, like, how you can initiate it. So, that isn't the fight that just randomly happens at this point in the game. You have to do the Taskmaster missions. So I think that you have to do 5 of the challenges to access it, and after that point, you can just swing around the city, and he will just like throw his little like web net at you, and it'll stop you. You can lose that fight, however, but most times you beat him, which I can. But to be fair, the first time I did that fight, I did die, so I shouldn't say that. But it's not difficult once you know what to do. That was kind of my issue. But once you do it, you get 1,000 XP from it. He can move to different areas with you, which I did not know while recording this game. It was actually pretty cool. So you could fight him in the street and then like climb up to a building, and he'll follow you up to the building, and you know you can do the vice versa, where you can go to the street from the building and he'll come down there with you, which I think is really cool. I like it a lot.
This is the Bowery, but where's Dr. Michaels?
We're ready for you, Dr. Michaels. Is that the Devil's Breath?
It's called GR-27, not... Just be careful. In the wrong hands, this could...
Don't worry, we're the best in the world.
I feel better already.
Code 381. Package is on the move.
This way, Dr. Michaels.
What the hell is that? Hostile! Secure the package! Get him out of here!
Welcome aboard, Doctor.
Get off me! We got this!
Yeah, sure you do. Yuri, I'm in pursuit of Martin Lee. I think he's got Dr. Michaels and the Devil's Breath. He took Michaels alive, so that's good. I have to stop that truck. Okay, whatever.
So I feel really weird because in the previous episode I talked about how Martin Lee should get a monster truck, and he got pretty close. It's like a truck tank thing. I don't really know what to call this. This is definitely one of my favorite parts of the game, if it's not my favorite part. I love this mission a lot. And I had to pick, it's such like a Spider-Man Sam Raimi like thing that would be in one of his movies, so I had to pick the Raimi suit for it.
This is Sable International. We have authorization for deadly force. There will be no further warning.
Whoa, whoa, there's a biological weapon in there!
All units, open fire.
Whoa, why is everyone shooting rockets all of a sudden?
It's a good question. Why is everybody shooting rockets? It's something that happens later in, like, the farther you get in this game. Everybody gets some rocket launchers later on. It's weird.
Spider-Man, yes, clear. You're interfering in this operation.
Sorry, but I'm not on board with Operation Missiles in Manhattan.
You know, Missiles in Manhattan sounds like a Ninja Turtles game. Well, the Mutants in Manhattan, yeah, that's a dumb thing. But I love this part of the game a lot. It's a really cool, like, set piece. It's really cool.
Need to clear the guys in the trucks before I go after Lee.
So yeah, this is like a really big multi-part set piece. We're gonna go from car to car before we get back to the big truck. And, well, actually, at this point, we're gonna just web swing it still.
Hey, stop shooting!
This part oddly reminds me of The Incredibles. I guess where the Underminer shows up. It really reminds me of that for some weird reason. But for most of the part, we're going to be fighting guys on a truck. This really reminds me of an Uncharted set piece. I don't know why, but it just does.
Open fire.
Sable, you're gonna kill someone!
And yeah, Sable just doesn't care. She's really reckless with the city. She's gonna cause a lot of people to die, and, you know, we don't want that.
Now! Sable, stand down! Code red! Or blue! Purple! Whatever! Just stop shooting!
Target lost. Reacquire.
He is coming. He is coming, and he will destroy all sinners.
Sorry! Lee, hand it over!
This is Spider-Man 3! I'm telling you, it is Spider-Man 3.
What's your status? Have you apprehended Lee?
Working on it!
This part's really cool, because you're climbing on the bottom of the building. This is such a Sam Raimi Spider-Man thing, I swear.
I'll take this!
Join the degenerate side, Spider-Man!
Giving you a new perspective.
I must be honest. I was hoping to bring you here. My abilities lend me a certain persuasiveness. I've been watching you. I was waiting for you at City Hall. You never came. Where were you?
Is this real or in my mind?
It was a shame so many had to die with no heroes to save them. That officer saved your life, didn't he? He was here because of you.
See, this section's kind of similar to, like, a Scarecrow section, I guess, from the Batman Arkham games. It's the vibe I get from it, but there's a thing later on that definitely gives me this vibe a lot more. It does remind me of that part from Heavy Rain, though.
And Norman wanted to use him. A futile gesture, in the end. And where was Norman during all this? Slinking away like a rat. He knew what was going to happen, and he fled. Norman is a hidden cancer on this city. He must be exiled with no trace of his corruption to return. Norman hides behind his mask of lies. I will break it apart and drag him into the light. Put on the mask. Become one of us.
How about no?
Thanks, but no thanks!
One way or the other, you will join me.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, Lee's just got like a cult of like evil shadow people to help him fight.
All the souls you've lost, the innocent victims you couldn't save.
Martin, their blood is on your hands!
You can stop Osborn. You have so much strength. I can give you will.
So basically what he's really being kind of hypocritical here, because he killed all these people, but he's blaming Spider-Man for it. And he's like, well, these are the people you couldn't save because you didn't stop Norman, but it's his fault that they died.
Their bodies filled the gutters, and you did nothing.
It's everyone!
What's one right? A simple trade. One right for a city of souls.
See, it doesn't make sense. Like, I know he's corrupted by the negativity powers, but even then, like, he's the one who killed these people. You know, Martin, it's not his fault. Definitely, Norman's a bad guy, but you did this.
Defend Osborn while he sits in his ivory tower.
This isn't real.
Show me true strength.
But going on, you can activate, like, your finishers and stuff like that, so if you want to, like, turn on Spider-Bro while you're here, you can do that. You also really are just kind of beating these guys up until you can attack Mr. Negative, and once you do enough hits on him, he will end the fight. This fight's not difficult, it's more of like a spectacle fight, like it's like, oh, look at the cool scenery, you know? It's really cool.
Kneel before me! I will pull your mask off and expose you! The shadows are sworn to me, and I will give them strength.
It's time for a giant demon fight. Well, not demon, it's more of the demon mask, but still, just take these and throw them at them and you're good. It's a really easy fight. Fight! There you go, I can't talk. But yeah, this part, I do like this part a lot. It's definitely very artistic and cinematic-y, and I like it.
You can't!
You can come back to the light!
No!
You okay?
Did they take it?
Yes. How worried should I be?
Very.
You're a popular guy.
Where's the serum?
Gone.
Skoya. So-called superhero. You think you save people, but you just make it worse. This is your fault.
My fault? He was under your protection. You really need 2 of those?
Stop! We need to brief Mr. Osborn now. I'll go with her. Thank you. I'll remember this.